And we're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Changeling the Lost Smoky Mountain Wilds. I am William or Shawnee, and I am your storyteller for this Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition Chronicle, and I cannot keep the cadence of my voice in anything remotely steady. And joining me today, we have Austin.
Hello, I'm Austin. I'm playing Frank and Lisa, who are beastkin. One is a lethopomp, and one is a polychromatic, and both are problems.
And Julia?
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm playing Cassandra Scott, the elemental polychromatic. Not a problem currently, but will probably be one at some point.
And Drevian?
Drevian, I'm playing Frisian, the Darkling Hunterheart, who'd have to act on his own to be a problem.
And Jeremy?
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Jackson Montgomery, or Marlena Dubois, who is a Ferris chatelaine who will definitely at some point need to get bloodstains out of their clothes.
Oh yeah. You walked into fucking Elysium. You definitely are gonna need to get bloodstains out of your clothes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just meant that Frank's back.
And Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am playing Jo Arbor, who is an elemental notary and has never been a problem ever in her life. That's a lie.
Sounds like a very brat answer.
Hey, hi, have you met my character?
So, as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights, human rights, eat the rich.
Fuck Vince McMahon.
And when last we left off, the Motley at large had, I believe it was almost everyone. Or was it literally everyone? Except for Frank.
Here's everyone.
Yeah. The Motley made their way to a meeting with the prince of the vampire organization of Knoxville and the greater Knoxville area. Meeting them in a nightclub known as Entrance that had been seemingly cordoned off for the evening for use by the city's vampires as they stepped into a debauched and uninhibited evening environment of vampires enjoying themselves and drinking blood to their heart's content, only to be led up to a private room where the group was briefly introduced to the prince of the city, one Rekasiv Lokasena, who introduced herself as of the Bruja, or whatever that means for these changelings, which is to say, fuck all.
A witch? Okay, cool. I'm based on what we've seen, it tracks.
That's, I mean, that is the word in Spanish, so.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much. But as the group of them began their conversation about what they could do for each other as regards the incoming Sabbat threat, we left off last night with the statement from Rekasiv that to really deal with the threat, they would need to know what it is they're after, and she believes that the group of you might just be perfect for the job.
Yay!
Because why?
Those are interesting words.
Group of you. Wait. get her accent right. The group of you possess unique traits that make you uniquely attractive to certain uninhibited vampires, and have abilities that make it, as I can read off of you, easy to learn things without necessarily being killed in the bargain. As I can tell, I can sense the energies of your essence and magic keeping this conversation peaceful. Not that I would wish to break that peace, but
I didn't think that you would. I just wanted to play it safe, as you might understand.
I understand very well. I would not want to walk into any meeting with an unknown without safety precautions. But with that in mind,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
with that in mind, I think that we can kill two birds with one stone, I think. I feel it might be easy enough to draw a number of these incoming Sabbat to your location, and in so doing, render them open for capture. And from them, we could learn information necessary to the unraveling of their plans. And in exchange, or so doing, I would be more than happy to help divert your incoming hunters to a place that I feel might be more than ready to handle their attentions.
So you're asking, you say bring them to our location. So you're asking us to have a centralized location?
I'm asking you to be bait.
Right. I figured that
knew
out.
it. Yeah.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that. So I take it you're not going to hide us into a cardboard box.
No. I would simply have you go about your normal business, she says with air quotes, while also having the location that you might be known to be at leak to any interested parties who might wish to take advantage of that.
All right. Fair enough.
You have three extremely well-known and affluent people. Four. Sorry, I forgot James. Standing here. We are wonderful targets.
Well, but before we get too far in that, I think we need to talk about the capture and question plan. Because I've heard insinuations, but I'm not clear on what your suggestion is.
I would, of course, be bringing in people to keep you safe. As it just so happens, an old friend has come into town recently, and I think they would be ideal for handling the situation and making sure that no harm comes to you once the Sabbat come calling.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And your old friend.
I understand you are trying to be protective of information, and I appreciate that. But
I'm just asking.
when you tell the rat you're putting them in the trap, it's at least nice if you let them know.
It would be impolite for me to introduce them to you without their consent.
However,
I will simply say that they are an old legend from further southwest.
Fair enough.
And are they also?
Well and good.
I'm guessing they're also a vampire.
The best allies that I could find would be.
Right. Okay.
So to be perfectly clear, the only thing that you want from us is to be in this place at this specific time.
Yes, and try not to die. Because
Uh,
if our continued relationship is going to be beneficial, it would be ideal if you come out the other side. As I said, my compatriots will be more than capable of handling the Sabbats, but don't
right.
throw yourself into their arms.
Right. But here's my question. I have full faith in you and your compatriots. However, um, say the Sabbat are extra prone to extra frenzy, and your compatriots are otherwise occupied in one of them. How are we supposed to defend ourselves if one of the compatriots is not available?
Oh, if someone comes at me, I'm gonna kill.
Exactly.
Like
We only,
Right,
need, to
I-
capture, we only
I-
need to capture one or two of them alive. The rest,
I
feel
understand.
free to kill.
I understand the killing, but what do we have to? What knowledge do we have to arm ourselves?
we have shotguns. I have a
I like the way
shotgun.
you think, she says as she sort of thumbs over the shotgun that's sitting on her chair.
I have a shotgun at least.
I just didn't. I understand. I just didn't know if there was anything in particular that we need to.
Your compatriot, as I understand, you have one who stalks the night of their own free will in your circle. I'm sure they've already told you some of the ways with which to hunt our kind.
Somewhat, yeah. But you'll forgive if some are a little bit reluctant with that information.
And you'll forgive if I would be more reluctant to tell you how to kill my own kind.
Of course.
Right, I wouldn't expect you to. I'm not even talking about killing. I'm talking about defending.
Protect your neck. As silly as it sounds, it is the place that vampires tend to go for on instinct.
Let's see.
And I would recommend staying as a group. It is much harder to be picked off individually in such a regard.
Safety in numbers
Indeed.
makes sense.
So where's the location meetup time?
I would have you I'm sure you're familiar with the nightlife scene in Knoxville. At least one of you is publicly attached to some venues in that region.
Yes, but it has been a while, and I can get familiar. There is a thing called the internet. I hear now.
Indeed. Wander up and down the strip around the red light district. My compatriots will be keeping an eye out. The Sabbat will not be so subtle. They'll likely drop down around your ears.
Are we talking about dropping from a height or?
And they like to make dramatic entrances to their prey.
Right. So they're not very stealthy, is what you're saying.
Not when they're on the hunt. They can be. Some of them are quite good at it, but when they think they're only looking for easy prey, they don't see much point in it.
They're very showy.
They think themselves the best, superior, not beholden to the trappings of order that keep the Camarilla shackled, as they say. They think themselves free. In reality, they just surrendered to base instincts.
All right. Well, I guess we have a plan then.
Is
Try
there
not-
anything else that we need to know?
Try not to look too suspicious. It might blow the bait if you are too obvious.
Sorry for the 20 questions, but I feel that's kind of important. So you say don't be obvious. So when you say
Enjoy yourselves. Don't look like you're looking over every corner for someone about to drop off of a roof and try and go for your neck.
right, makes
Have
sense.
fun.
Fun.
All right. And I'm assuming we are looking at, it's probably a bit late tonight, but like tomorrow probably.
Tomorrow evening should be ideal. It will be plenty of
Perfect.
time for information to disseminate and my compatriot to get into position.
Perfect. All right. Well, you have things to plan. We will lead you to it.
Very
And
well. Would you
We've
like an
got
escort
those.
on? Would you like an escort out, or do you remember the way?
Oh, we remember the way.
Very well.
Sorry, Joe.
I was about to say, and we have to prepare ourselves as well.
Of course. Shall we?
A good evening to you all.
To you,
And head out.
same way we came in.
Yep.
Nobody
Step
stops you on
by
the way.
goddamn step.
Nobody
Wait
stops
till
you on the
we-
way out.
Wait till we get out, get in the car, start driving away. I don't remember who's driving. I don't remember whose car.
Did we take a car? Did somebody drive? Or-
Yes. I don't think we walked from my place here.
No, but I said-
we
I'll
can
say-
say that. We
I'll
can
say-
say I drove.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
Because specifically, we're
We could have taken an Uber.
we're also fairly well dressed.
Yeah. So Cassandra's gonna get like 5 blocks down the road.
hmm
All right. I don't know about any of you, but
They're gonna fuck us.
there's a lot of trust being thrown
They're gonna
away.
fuck
They,
us.
they're gonna fuck us.
I don't. Well, maybe not necessarily because I do because there is a certain amount of self-interest here. But I don't have the slightest level of confidence that we should consider ourselves safe.
Oh, I don't think that's ever.
The amount of we were trying to push on details and the amount of here's a slap more piece of information. There's a reason I stopped pushing because it's clear they were not going to give.
Right. No, we prepare for the worst.
Meanwhile, what's Frank been up to?
Yep.
Because I'm assuming Frank has been left at the mansion.
Or was I allowed to stay at the mansion without?
I thought, with the paint. Yeah,
with the line demarcated.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Okay.
That looks like a how much trouble can I get into face.
No, actually, there's a real question that needs to be answered. Actually,
Okay.
Who's in charge over the time that they're gone?
okay, it's Lisa.
Don't know whether that's good or bad.
I was legitimately thinking the exact same thing.
I think there's pros and cons to both. Like Lisa doesn't actively want to fuck over Jackson, but might get into mischief.
Are you implying that Frank does actively desire that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes, he does.
Here's what
Yes, we all know that's the case.
Here's what I would picture Lisa doing actually if left to her own devices in the mansion. Seeing the lines of paint, I think she would add to it.
No, Lisa actually is going to see if there's anywhere. No.
You.
Anywhere they would be able to sew.
Oh, so okay. I could not hear that.
That depends. Does the portion of the house they've been allotted include any crafting rooms?
You've given them access to sharp implements.
Again, I don't think the sharp implements I would be giving access to are really going to be that relevant in the context.
I feel like, I mean, obviously not Jackson's actual sewing room because fuck you. But no, I feel like there would be yes. Like there would be more than one crafty type room. And yeah, there's probably one, maybe not intentionally, maybe, but there would be one on the in that area.
All right, I need to make a fursuit.
All right, roll me Dex and Crafts.
Hold on. Twice. 4, 8. We're gonna do 16 times speed so I can finish a whole fursuit in one evening.
Oh god,
that sounds good. Yeah, because no one else is around to see you, so.
Yep. Craft. Do get my bonus. Spend a willpower because Lisa really wants her fursuit.
Can't wait for the others to see this because there's some conversations that are going to happen.
Well, other d10, so 3 successes. At the speed at which you work, were it actual reality, would probably set things on fire. But with the gift of the brownie's boon, you are more than capable of completing a relatively well-made fursuit in the span of a few hours.
Awesome. I'm definitely wearing it when the group gets home.
Speaking of which, when the group gets home, as you walk in, what does that look like?
So the irony here is that Lisa wouldn't need a fursuit to be Lisa, because in Lisa's mind, Lisa is Lisa. So at least we need a fursuit to be a different character. The person who created Lisa no longer exists. So Lisa would have to have made up a character. And it's not Frank, so it's not going to be a dear girl. Lisa likes lynxes. No, I know what Lisa wants. So definitely going for a. Lisa's a cat. Yeah, we're definitely going for a fursuit of lynx. Lisa's not as into foxes. An otter. It's definitely an otter fursuit. That is themed in probably pinks and teals primarily, but with accents of purple and gold, and the purple and gold will be sparkly materials to accent it. And hold on, I gotta go to my Twitter and figure out which of my anyway, their fursuit styles. She's probably into kimono style fursuits. That means anything to anyone here aside from Julia.
I didn't quite catch what the word was.
Kimono style.
I've heard it. I can't picture it though.
Big anime eyes, more abstract, like because there's realistic and there's cartoony, and then there's plush, which definitely not plush, and then there's kimono, which is more abstract, definitely based on otter, but not otter. Big eyes, more rounded face, more human-like features. Definitely digitigrade, because I have opinions on plantigrade. But you know what? If you like plantigrade, that's fine for you. Go for it. That's good. Not my style. I could go on for quite a while about this, so I'm going to leave it at that.
We don't suit shame in this stream.
No, you are allowed to like whatever you like. My style, I just don't. I like to go 100% into it. I mean, I think quadruped suits are really cool. Unfortunately, wearing them for more than 5 minutes leads to back problems later in your life. But again, we have more to do in this stream than me to talk about my taste in fursuits.
But yes, that's what you see when the group of you come in, as Lisa is just getting used to walking around in it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I got no problem with that as I walk right by.
You will notice that the other part of the house is completely untouched and nothing is on fire.
Those two statements might not have been true if it was Frank in charge.
Frisian walks
Be
in,
invisible
sees
fire.
us. Frisian walks in, sees us, is confused, walks back out, walks back in and sees it again, and it's like, it is real. I have no idea. Walks back outside and
That high was too high pitched to come across your mic.
Where's it, Mike? Energetic waving.
Hi,
The
Lisa.
high is sort of muffled. It seems like the mouth is kimono suits really don't have articulated mouths, and they tend to be very, very hard to hear through.
Right.
Can we? Stupid question. Can we tell it's Lisa?
Oh yes, there's no question of that.
Okay.
Body language alone.
Well, Lisa, don't you just look amazing? The
I know.
craftsmanship on this is incredible.
She will take the head off and hold it under her arm so she can actually speak with you. I know, right? It's amazing the stuff that just is laying around in these rooms. On this side, she says, pointing at the line, especially the selection of glittery fabric.
You know what? This does not surprise me in the least, and I'm so happy for your bounty, and so pleased that you are pleased with your creation.
On the production material side, I feel like there's a lot of overlap in usable material between drag and fursuits.
100%. Abso-fucking-lutely.
I just picture like Lisa walked into the room and just like the big anime girl eyes, like stars coming out.
I mean, especially if you get into like Ultrag and yeah, which I mean, some of Merlina's drag daughters are that. So I feel like he probably stocked for pretty much anything.
I need to watch Dragula at some point because I want to
You
see
s-
some of.
You so do. I mean, I recommend it to fucking anybody
That's a thing.
because it is.
It's
So
monster drag.
I'm gonna go off on my own tangent now. Dragula is a show hosted by a couple of alt drag sort of icons known as the Belay brothers, and it's on Shudder, and it is celebrating. A lot of it tends to be horror related drag, but it's not like horror movies. So if you're not a horror person, it still works for you. But it also just generally like you get a lot of alt drag artists. You get more drag. Well, I say you get more drag kings on there than other reality drag shows, but that would be true if there was one. Because
I was about to say,
no, it's fantastic. I highly recommend it.
I was saying, that's not a super high bar.
No, it's not a fucking high bar at all. Like, don't get me wrong. I love my drag race, but there has yet to be a drag king on that show. And come the fuck on.
Yeah. Yeah, so the group of you return home. It's past midnight at this point.
Right. We'll put it 20. There we go. All right, so shit.
Bologna went out hunting tonight, right?
Yep.
Cassandra's gonna send a text message to them that just says checking in.
You don't get an immediate response.
That's fair.
About 15 minutes later, you get a text back that just says, "Sorry I took so long. Brought down a couple of deer out hunting."
Dear.
I say using obviously coded language for a text channel.
More than you expected, or just the $1?
2.
2. All right.
And put up a bit of a chase, but all in all, everyone's fine.
Turns out instead of the FBI after him, it's now the game wardens. Wait a minute, deer origin season? Where is he?
God damn it. Oh, I love that suit. She will just text back, be safe, text me if you need anything.
Be back soon.
And she's going to go get wine and sit and relax in front of a fireplace somewhere.
It's about another hour before Tyr's vehicle pulls back into the area, pulls back into the grounds of the mansion. And as you're sitting there, Tyr steps inside.
But because I think it'd be funny, he pulls into the mansion. There's the headlights, and you just see Frisian like a deer in headlights, having
Just
been
standing,
running.
yeah.
Just standing there menacingly in the front yard.
No, like Frisian was like jogging around the grounds,
Okay.
and then there's just headlights and Frisian.
Just like stare. Tyr gets out. Frizzy, and you see Tyr step out of the vehicle, sling a shotgun, like step out, put the shotgun down in the back seat, and they sort of like straighten out their jacket and start heading inside.
As you're sorry, bud.
Frisian greets him, but doesn't like unless he particularly stops to talk or anything.
You greet him, and he sort of like, "Hey, Frisian," and keeps walking.
As Tyr walks in, the garage opens and Jackson is leaving in a car
All right.
because somebody has 1 point of glamour currently.
This tracks.
Yeah.
Now it's like, hi Tyr, turns around. Bye
Hi,
Jackson.
Marlena.
Yep.
Keeps jogging.
I'm not going to go. I'm like, Jackson is going to take the night and it's going to be double purpose. A, it's going to be scouting the downtown area to get a little bit more familiar with it and just hang out in the back of clubs and just feeding off that energy.
You get the lay of the land. Go ahead and give me a roll for glamour
Yep.
hunting. However you think you're approaching this.
What would you consider the role to be on digging on the vibes? Like,
I would say you're trying to influence a little bit to try and amp it up
Right.
enough to draw glamour off of, so it'll still be manipulation, but I would probably say socialize at that point.
okay. I have 3 willpower. I will be getting 1 back, so I will spend a willpower on this.
Gain 3 glamour.
There we go. That'll help. Now, if need be, I can activate that again because it takes 3 glamour.
But Cassandra, as Tyr walks in, you can see as they step in, they are covered in dirt and a little bit of blood. But as you sort of get a look at them, they're like largely grimy, like all over. There's like 1 cut across an arm that looks like it's been patched up quickly, but like not thoroughly. And one thing that stands out to you is odd amidst all of this, aside from like the general look, is that their face and like the upper part of their chest and neck are completely clean.
Interesting. Yeah, she jumps up. Has had a few glasses of wine at this point. Just sort of walks over, wraps her arms around them.
Hey, good to see you.
Thank you for coming back alive. You.
I don't plan on dying.
And no one plans on it. Most people do not plan on it.
No more than usual.
Go get a shower, you stink like death.
And he'll slink by, looking like you suspect that he's going to be bruised in the morning, but you suspect that one like cut across his arm is the only like actual wound he took, aside from just a couple bit of getting beat up.
She will think and like assess as they start to walk away, and then will
Like they got a little bit of a limp, but it looks more like sore than actually wounded.
she'll just walk beside them and take their arm. How about I give you a hand?
I'd appreciate that.
Good. At least this way I can get you back.
And you realize as you are assisting with cleaning them up, they have a lot of old scars that were not there before, you vanished. A number of them are fairly well healed. The thing you notice primarily, though, is that most of them are on her back.
Sweetheart, you can feel free to tell me to mind my own business. But you are Jackson Pollock back here. And just what the hell happened?
Let's just say the one time I ever had to run foul of a werewolf, they got the drop on me.
And you're alive.
By good luck as much as anything else.
That does answer at least part of my next question, which is exactly how many times since I've been gone have you almost died?
Twice. There were 2 times in the time that you've been gone that I have actually felt like I was about to die. That time, and the time I ran into the last prince.
I'm sorry, come again? The last prince?
You met the prince of the city, right?
Yeah, you're telling me you killed.
I didn't kill the last one. She
Oh,
did.
okay. All right, fuck. All right, okay. I thought that there was about to be a whole different conversation.
Awkward.
No, I didn't kill the last one. She did. I just happened to be there at the time.
Still awkward.
Oh,
Yeah, well, she's doing good too.
I'm not gonna lie. In the 4 years that I was certain you were dead, I won't say there was a thing between me and Reikasiv, but there was tension.
This is the moment that Jackson has to be away at this kind of tea.
Do you
you're
know
in
how
the
hard
shower.
I'm literally okay. Um God,
You saw her. Can you really say that it's incorrect?
I mean, no, she's terrifying, to say the least. But
You're about to say terrifying.
we're working with Rekasiv.
Oh boy. In my experience, she's not likely to directly backstab you, but she is likely to not really care about how you come out the other side.
Yeah, we've sort of all got the feeling that we're gonna get fucked, and not in the fun way, by her.
I wouldn't say that she'll betray you. That's not her style. I will say that if you die, she won't be torn up about it.
Fair enough. If she dies, I won't be too torn up about it.
Neither would I. Let's just say that it wasn't entirely on my order's own intentions that I was present when the last prince died. Rakasiv might have had a hand in guiding our hunt.
On and shovel.
Andrew, your color scheme's looking a little green at the moment.
Here, all
You
right.
almost died twice. You about to die for real. Third time's the charm.
You know, you thought I was dead. It's
Ass, she says as she turns around to face you. And they sort of look you in the eyes. There is literally no one else for me. And like I said, there was
Okay.
tension. Fucking attractive. But
I'm not mad. I'm nothing. I won't say I'm nothing. I'm not
you can
mad.
tell your colors change.
Yeah. God.
You're your own mood ring.
He can't
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the contract's been fulfilled. He can't see her true form right now.
That's correct.
Oh yeah, because he's not
Yeah,
wearing the glasses in the shower.
Yep.
Mm.
I feel like her colors still change to a degree that, a spouse would recognize.
Yeah.
It didn't might not be able to see the physical changes, but body language can be a color too. That's all I'm saying.
I'll correct that statement. I might not be able to see under your mask right now, but I can still see your colors change.
All I'm saying is that if she happens to, I don't know, end up a pile of dust, it's not my fault.
It'll be
Later.
Joe's once Cassandra tells her of this conversation.
But my point is, you're unlikely to find a more, I'm not going to say trustworthy vampire, but I will say straightforward vampire.
Oh, she's pretty straightforward about not giving us any information. She's pretty good at it.
What I'm saying is, you don't have to worry about her coming at you from behind. You just have to worry about her not being with you at the front.
Tomorrow night we are playing bait for.
Yeah, that's her style. Are you going to be okay?
I'm gonna have to be.
Do you need me to come with?
I think you coming with will blow a lot of. No. I don't think you should come with. I appreciate you wanting to be there to support me, but Several things have been mentioned in the last few minutes.
Sorry, what's going to get blown if Tyr comes along? I need clarity here.
A few things are going to get a few things are going to blow up.
Shut up, Siri.
Listen, I feel like you being there would be bad because, I mean, babe, come on, you don't. How do I say this? You do not blend in.
I take your meaning.
And
I don't exactly give off easy prey vibes.
No, you definitely have your very aggressive, very very dominant side, but no, what I'm saying is, if any vampires have survived being around you in any capacity, your face is known.
Yeah. Probably a bad use for bait. I still don't like the idea of you guys being out there on your own.
I don't really see any other way besides us just strapping to the nines and going out and trying to solo hunt. And you saw how effective I was with the dummy today.
Keep a knife on hand. If you have a shotgun, keep it even closer.
I will have my phone on me the whole time.
Good.
I will let you know our location. I don't. It's scary, but I feel like if we don't get the Camarilla to help us even a little bit, it's going to be too big of a problem for all of us to take care of.
It's their problem too. They'll want it taken care of. I'm just worried. If they'll see your lives as a quick alternative to any vampire lives being spent to fix it.
Well, I don't think Civ really understands how much of a threat we are. Yeah, I think that's probably our biggest strength right now, is that not a single one of these vampires knows what we can do.
That is important.
And on top of that, each and every single one of us can do different things, and we are fucking wild cards to these things.
Yeah, that's gonna be your biggest strength, honestly. You can do things I could barely imagine.
And you have done things I never want to imagine. I'm strong, and we are all very gifted from the other side, but I'm still worried.
Don't worry about me so much. There's no way I'm going away at this point.
Good.
Pass. For the past 4 years, I've had a cause to die for. In the past few months, now I've got something to live for.
I would say I'm nothing special, but one, I know I don't want to be smacked, and two, I'm pretty special.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Enough feelings. Let's get some rest.
I cleaned up and had a video call with the babysitter to let them know about how we were going to be a bit.
Oh, that's why your face was clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go home tonight and then?
We're up for it.
I can drive you. Or you can drive me. I've had 4 glasses of wine.
We'll drive out.
Okay.
You finish cleaning up, get dressed. Meanwhile, Jackson, aside from getting your glamour, anything specific you're looking for aside from just getting the lay of the land?
Just getting the lay of the land, and then I'm probably heading back.
All right.
Yeah,
3 successes.
I'm not quite so. I'm not. There are vampires out, and I am not going to be walking the streets alone any more than I need to.
Absolutely. And so, without pushing your limits and getting as much glamour as you can, you make it back without incident.
Yep.
Anyone else have anything they need to do before the next day?
I was just saying Joe was going to be like sitting at the counter in the kitchen eating snacks and writing.
You probably notice when Tyr and Cassandra make their way to head out.
Y'all headed out for the night?
Yeah, we're gonna check in on the kids. It's been a long night, so don't worry, she's driving.
I was about to say, I know your kids don't know me yet, but give them an extra hug for their Aunt Joe.
Of course.
Y'all take care. And remind me to show you this later, she says, holding up the journal.
Can't wait to read it.
It's not much.
Everything starts as not much.
Not wrong.
Headlights
You
again.
to drift. Oh, no, there you are. We just want to pick up on your mic.
They go to leave and it's just Frizzy in the headlights again. Like they notice something moving towards the fence line, and then the headlights cross. And it's like, oh, it's Frisian.
I feel like
Frizzy in the local area cryptid.
I feel like not even as a joke gift. I feel like Joe is going to like get Frizzy in like a reflective vest. Not even as a joke, just like listen, if you're gonna go jogging at night. For fuck's sake.
You gonna be all right, Frisian? Calls a Tyr from the car.
I mean, if they get me in the property, then they're probably attacking the house outright. So
I meant, are you gonna sleep at all tonight?
Oh yeah, probably.
Get some rest. If you apparently have work tomorrow night.
Yeah, but it's at night, so we can sleep in the morning.
Yeah.
As Frisian
Tyr
thinks
will-
to himself, that is a lie. I'm not sleeping in.
Tyr will drive Cassandra back, and they will greet their babysitter and their kids. And well, greet the babysitter. Kids are already asleep by that point.
God, I
I
hope
was, I was gonna say, if the kids are awake, we have a conversation with the babysitter.
To be fair, the babysitter probably wasn't awake. They were probably sleeping on the couch.
That's fair.
Babysitter doesn't have a guest room there at this point, given the
Not yet. They haven't moved into the new house yet.
frequency of late stays.
they have the tiny house right now.
They gotta get moved into the new house before the babysitter has their own room.
The accent's just gonna come and go. It's just the way it is.
Mhm.
Yeah. hmm
The next day, I'm assuming most of you sleep for most of the day, excepting Frisian.
I mean, Frank and Lisa didn't stay up super late, so they probably wake up at reasonable morning time. And who wakes up might be a question.
That's a very good question.
I say for I can't speak for James necessarily, but I'd say for Joe, probably slept in. Maybe it's not quite noon, but maybe like 11:30.
Hmm.
So a good chunk of sleep.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I was up late. I'm getting up a little late, but not horribly.
I'm getting up when it's brunch time.
James is probably making brunch.
Lisa will wake up, and if no one else has done it, breakfast needs to be made: coffee, pancakes, something with a significant amount of meat in it, eggs.
Frisian is predictably up at dawn and goes running.
As is always the case.
Yeah. He's trying to get in shape to like do the marine physical stuff.
Yeah.
So like he has his goal in mind.
It's normal.
He has a
So,
goal in mind and he's working towards it.
Yep.
No, Joe is definitely up too late for the first round of breakfast. So yeah, should probably take the round of brunch that James is apparently making.
While Lisa's waiting for other people to wake up while she's eating, definitely going to upload another video.
Gotta keep making money.
Yeah, I'm not making a lot of money, but you know,
It's
Hey,
enough when you live off someone else's house.
exactly. The YouTube grind is absolutely plenty of money when I have free rent, board, food.
until Jackson realizes that, at which point they'll stop charging you.
I mean, at that point, they just sleep in the hedge because they have a house in the hedge.
Which has free rent, board, food. So that's how the Wi-Fi connection works.
It doesn't.
That's what the public library is for.
You can get a free Wi-Fi connection, and you just walk down the street, and you can find free Wi-Fi connections.
Yeah, eventually, the majority of you are awake and in the same place. The exception being, when does Cassandra get up?
She's probably getting up to put the kids on the bus.
I think Tyr was up before you for that.
Okay.
Considering one of you was drunk and the other one wasn't.
No, that's fair. So she'll probably roll out probably around like 10:30. Like way late for her.
Tyr's already up and has made coffee. pancakes and hash browns, no meat.
She will grab a mug of coffee and go over and kiss her on the cheek. You are still allowed to eat meat. It's just me.
I already did. I had bacon.
Okay. Good.
I ate a whole pig.
I kind of need the protein. Like, I could get complete proteins by eating non-meat, but the amount of work I do, I kind of need easy protein.
Yeah. That's fair. Oh. So what's on the agenda for you today?
Well, follow up on details with Fixer and the rest of the crew, and start formulating a game plan and running interference for the other hunters. The first two are coming in tonight, and it's the ones I was afraid of. They only had to cross a couple of state lines where everyone else is coming from first.
Ashford Abbey. And the faithful of Soulplay. I think are the two that you're most worried about.
You got confirmation that Madame Thorne is coming. No confirmation on Nicholas Lansing, but honestly, I don't doubt that he's coming as well, and we just haven't heard about it. Because if Thorne goes anywhere, Lansing's not long behind. They get along too well.
And exactly what should I know about this? You said Madame Thorne?
Yeah. Madame Thorne and Nicholas Lansing. Madame Thorne, primary organizer of the Georgia branch of the Ashwood Abbey. Nicholas Lansing, same thing for the Faithful of Shulpay. Both of them are fucking creepy.
All right.
You'll know them by the whole red oni, blue oni thing they've got going.
I'd rather not know them at all, but
I would agree. But between the two, Madame Thorne's usually dressed in reds, has her hair dyed red. Usually it's up in some kind of crazy hairstyle. Nicholas is a little bit more subdued. His hair is usually dyed blue. And he's usually dressed in some kind of fancy long coat. Usually white, as is some kind of reflection of purity.
all right. And I can assume that these two are crazier than everybody else.
They are the two hunters that I would least want to meet, being anything but a hunter. Even being a hunter, honestly.
It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Like I said, we're going to be running interference to try and keep the majority of them from getting too involved too quickly. Problem is, those two are just going to blow past anything we try and do to keep them busy. They don't give a shit.
That's concerning, but I think that if Siv's plan goes according to plan, then we can at least get them out sooner rather than later.
That's the hope.
She will text the Motley chat. And she will text, what is the time? What is the plan for the day? When are we meeting? We need to talk particulars.
Whenever we need to. I'm free.
Go text back. Whenever's fine with me. If y'all want to come over here.
Lisa will text, what are we meeting about?
I'm just inviting people to Marlena's house now, just so you know.
Oh yeah, because Lisa is in that group chat and has no idea what's going on.
So Joe's gonna do the ... Oh shit. Not it.
Let's meet up and discuss things. Give me an hour to get a shower and get everything that I need to get ready for tonight, and then Bologna and I'll head over.
About 2:00.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sounds good.
All right.
We're gonna meet with the Motley at Jackson's around 2. Unless you have things that you need to do, in which case I will drive myself. I have no problem doing that.
I can drive you over. Especially if you're all going out as a group, I can drive you over, hang out for a bit, and then get working.
I feel like the next few nights are going to be very pivotal to Tennessee on the whole.
Probably. And the thing is, most of them will never know they happened, assuming we do our jobs right.
I would say let's just instead pull the blanket off of let's pull the curtain off of the vampires and just get them into spotlight, take everything off us. But I feel like that sounds like a horrible idea.
Yeah, we don't need a global war.
I think one of these mornings I'd like to wake up and not have to deal with bullshit. But I know. Because of what I am, that's never going to happen.
Maybe one day, but I would argue that I'm bullshit.
Yeah. Some days.
All right, shall we get going?
Yeah, let's I'm gonna go grab some stuff and then we can head out.
All right, so we will go ahead and go to our break and return with the meeting, where everyone will be making plans and then acting on those plans.
And Lisa will be there too.
Yes. So remember, when you take our break, you take your break. So whatever, do whatever you need to do. Well, we get up, stretch your legs, whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Please enjoy these commercial messages.
We're back.
Welcome back. And so we pick up with the motley having gathered to have a meeting.
Yay, meetings.
So Jackson, everyone is gathered in your parlor.
Mm-hmm. All right. So never mind. And that was oh shit. This is here. All right, never mind. All right, so what is our plan?
Plan for what?
The only thing I can think of is wearing something around my neck.
Are we going to a costume party?
We
No,
going
sweetie,
clubbing.
we are fuck. We're gonna be bait for vampires.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Oh
no,
no.
honey. Now I gotta, Lisa. This may be an exercise in futility.
Maybe.
However, we have been specifically told not to be ostentatious.
Oh no, ostentatious was good. It was specifically don't make it obvious that you're watching for being hunted.
Okay, ostentatious, yes. But however,
I can do ostentatious.
Oh no.
And she's going to reach over and grab the fursuit head.
Cassandra,
All
please
right,
step in here.
It's quite simple. We're going to a club.
Mhm.
We're going to pretend to be patrons of the club, enjoying ourselves, and just lay in wait for vampires to come to us.
Do we have to pretend to enjoy ourselves, or can we actually enjoy ourselves?
We can actually enjoy ourselves. We just got to remember
Hey,
that we do need to have our guard up. And,
she has put the fursuit head on and is nodding at whatever you say.
Okay,
however, I'm sorry to interrupt.
by all means, please.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. There is nothing wrong with being ostentatious. However, it is very key that we are not obvious about what we are actually there to do.
She's going to pull the head off. And what exactly are we actually there to do again?
Be bait so that
We are
bad vampires can be captured by somewhat less bad vampires, is my understanding.
Okay.
we are part of a trap, and we are the bait in a trap.
All right. So what's the trap?
We are.
You tell me with the bait.
The trap is some other vampires.
Okay. So we're going to go out and we're going to look all innocent and defenseless and naive and stupid. And then the vampire's going to be like, oh, look at them. They're so naive and stupid. We should attack them. And then the other vampires are going to jump them and be like, on them. And then everything will be fine and dandy.
You know what? Maybe we should just let her do this.
Weirdly, that actually kind of describes the situation, and I hate that.
You can play stupid really well.
I have no doubt of that.
Oh, you've gotten a lot of practice, have you?
She just not vigorously.
You will bring a lot of authenticity to the role that will be unheard of.
If we
I'm sorry, that's mean of me.
If we survive this, it might even go down in history books. But what I am trying to say, Lisa, you have the right idea, but as far as being obvious, there is no how to say this. You remember the time when we were talking to Frisian's grandnephew and you just laid out all the information?
And everything turned out fine.
Yeah, this is not going to be a turned out fine. So
Lisa
you cannot go in there and be like, oh, I sure hope no vampires come looking for me.
Well, of course I can't. If I'm wearing the fursuit head, I can't talk.
Wear the fursuit head. We're two of them.
I couldn't make a Cerberus fursuit and have 3 heads.
I can't dig too high.
All I heard was 3 heads, and I'm in support of this.
The specific line was, I could make a Cerberus fursuit and have 3 heads.
I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, okay? That's up to you.
I feel like a Cerberus fursuit would be even harder to be heard out of.
Yeah.
Which head is the real one?
The one in the middle, usually. I could make it the one in the right, though, and no one would expect it.
I am beginning to see, mind you, I'm beginning to see the multitude of your of your talents.
Because I'm
Alright,
very
so
good
we've
at what
got-
I do.
We've got general plans. We've got ideas on being bait. What's our backup plan for if the help is not helping us?
How much armor do you think I could fit under a fursuit?
It depends on how much you want
A
to
lot.
Probably more than could under club clothes.
You have access to some heavy plated armor? Because if I'm going to play bait, in fact, maybe not all of us should play bait. Maybe only the ones of us who are the most innocent and naive looking should play bait. And those of us who are good at committing the murders should be standing in the back, just in case the vampire's not standing in the back. You know, have our own trap, just in case the quasi trap doesn't work.
Joe's got to turn to Cassandra. So I thought that the rich people were going to be the most ostentatious and obvious, but clearly I wasn't considering all the corners.
Listen, if I didn't expect Lisa to show up as a sparkly ball of glitter, I don't know. You know, that's.
Thing is, our group is still more than 50% rich people by volume.
This is true.
Melanie, you've been awfully quiet.
That is very much for the best. I hate to say this, but I think I actually kind of agree, Lisa, about having backup. It works on multiple levels. A, we then have a backup plan. B, let's be honest, a smaller group is more likely to be attacked than a larger group.
I'm not. Okay, let me be clear. I get it. I understand it. It makes sense. But judging on which side of the line I'm going to be on, I don't like it.
Well,
You're definitely not going to like it. Because we should set this down to who's going to be best in the fight as the backup plan. And, honey, that means you, me, and Lisa are the bait.
One of you can be my handler. Actually, as the bait, we should probably also have somebody who's really good at defending. So maybe James can also be bait, because then if we get jumped and the backup plan can't get to them fast enough, there's a wall of dragon in between the vampires and the squishy people.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I was about to say, if you're gonna make me be bait, please don't take away my dragon.
I mean, I feel like that means you've earned a reprieve because you will be better in the fight than I will. And we know it can't be Tyr because Tyr's known that sweets on some levels to the vampires. It does have to be James.
She's gonna turn to James and go, now don't go getting yourself killed. Because if you die, I'm gonna bring you back to life and I'm gonna kill you myself for dying in the first place.
Understood? Yes, ma'am.
Plus, James is just as good as looking clueless as I am.
I would be offended if I did not agree with you.
You know what?
I don't think I meant that to be an offensive statement.
Smart and stupid are not necessarily two separate circles.
I didn't say stupid, just clueless.
Potato,
Yeah.
potato.
All right. Well, if we've got ideas in motion, I guess we should prep and get ready.
Yes,
I think so.
I need to go to the pet store.
Fortunately,
Malena,
for the majority of us, I think the clothes we got from Cavaldi's will be ideal because we're going clubbing. I don't know about you specifically, he says, looking at Lisa.
James, how heavy duty is your armor?
is my
I don't. Did James even get any armor?
I don't was he there?
Yeah, he has scales. So I don't think he got any armor.
No. He may have gotten something for the I don't know.
I didn't get a tailored suit like y'all
I
did.
can't-
I just have a ballistic vest.
That'll
that I
work.
probably won't be wearing.
I could make James a fursuit, and then he could also have armor under it, because if he's going to be attacked, he's going to want some heavy armor.
He is heavy armor.
No one said you can't have 2 layers.
All things considered, if you could just like make a decent disguise for a ballistic vest, I'll be happy with that.
I can probably do that.
Oh, I cannot wait to see this.
So that would be...
I will remind that while I may be scaly, I am not a scaly.
Of course, it would be way too stereotypical to put you in a dragon suit. What's your favorite animal?
Oh God.
I'm also not a furry.
That's fine. What's your favorite animal?
Okay.
What are your
Lisa,
favorite colors?
Lisa, do you want to see here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna show you what my dress looks like, and you're gonna match that color to
Okay.
whatever you use for his vest.
Will do.
All right.
And please do not make a fursuit out of it.
Okay. We're on a time crunch anyway.
Time is of the essence. Malena, I'm gonna need your help again.
What do you need?
Points to face.
Oh yeah, of course. I got you.
Since they are going off to do makeup, it's like Frisian looks to Cassandra. It's like, he said clothes from Cavaldi. I have the suit that I wore to Entrance, and then I have the nicer suit. What actually works better for the dress for this event?
What do the what would the dress for the clubs that we're hitting be? Would it be
Honestly, what you wore to Entrance would probably be good.
yeah, that should probably be perfectly fine. The one you wore last night should be fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, considering the other one's like formal wear.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking club scene, not like gala scene.
He has no idea what a club scene looks like.
Okay, well, if I'm going to make that for the ballistic vest, I need your vest.
Yeah, he will grab it and hand it to you.
And you probably don't have any collars or leashes around, do you, Jackson?
Yes, actually I do.
Really? You have a dog?
No.
She's going to cock her head and look at you odd. Then why do you have collars and leashes?
Why are you, of all people, looking at me weird about that?
Because I don't know why you'd have a collar or a leash. Can I try one on to see if it fits with the fursuit?
Absolutely.
All right.
Joe's just going to get a smarmy ass look on her face and go, you might want to rinse it off first.
No, they are unused. Thank you very much.
She will.
Yep.
Find
I'll
one.
come down with a few.
I don't suppose
They're
What kind
very
of clubs are we
obviously
going to?
dragged up, too.
What kind of clubs are we going to? Would wearing a harness be appropriate, or is this more of a nicer part of town?
Based on the strip that they were talking about, probably want to go more. I think a harness would probably be better.
Right. So she'll get all the accoutrements, and then she'll go to dress up the oh, come on, brain, function for a second. The vest, yes. Sewing.
And crafts.
And I will do it in a room where I'm not being observed, so I do it at double speed.
One.
Okay, 3 success.
3 successes. It does not take you long. At only double speed, it does take you an hour or two, but not very long.
She will bring in the vest. It matches the dress that you specified. It does have material and sheen to it to sort of imply a scaled texture, but that's it.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, that looks pretty good. Well, shall we get going and get ready for the night scene?
Yep.
Once more onto the breach.
So,
Frank, we'll need this. Oh, I can wear the claws. Can I conceal the claws under the paws?
yes, as long as you don't care about when you have to unleash the claws and punch through the paws.
Yes, the paws will be a sacrifice. I can repair them. You know, living is more important than having functional fursuit paws, as much as it pains me to say that. But if push comes to shove and I don't have time to take the gloves off first, I'll punch a vampire through my gloves.
Yep.
And look at Viola case. How do I make this work? Probably best if my handler carries that. Okay. We were going to see if we could find some body armor that I could wear under the fursuit. Something a bit heavier than my typical.
I mean, you could theoretically.
I mean, I could just wear the.
Yeah, under the fursuit, you could theoretically just wear the armored outfit. God.
True. Fair enough.
So you all head out after getting prepped.
Mm-hmm.
The sun has gone down by the time you make it to the strip.
Excellent.
The nightlife is starting to come alive. There are a number of different clubs. You've got everything from your goth clubs to your dive bars to your like more pot clubs, your dance halls. When the sun goes down in this particular part of Knoxville, people who like to party come around. And in Knoxville in particular, there is a vibrant party scene. You are maybe a couple of blocks down from the drags from the drag bar that your daughter has been living in / now getting back in order.
Right. Yeah, I am distinctly avoiding any place like that because I am not bringing this kind of trouble to any of the drag places. Trying to avoid queer hangouts in general. This can be a problem for the straights.
Fair. This is conveniently a solid opportunity for any of you who need glamour to try and gather some.
1,000,000%.
So for each of you, how are you going to try and get some glamour if you need to get glamour?
I'm in. Go ahead.
All right. Go on.
So I don't need any. I'm good.
Austin?
I am fursuiting.
That is general performance.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah.
Give me manipulation and expression.
Okay.
One more. Yeah, 4 glamour.
I'm getting my dance on.
All right. Give me presence and socialize.
This is hopefully going to be much better than. So no, yeah, we woke up. I got a willpower point back.
Yeah, it's like we did sleep, so we all get it.
Everyone get a willpower back because you slept.
Yeah. All right.
4 more glamour.
Fantastic. Now I'm feeling it.
Anybody else?
Cassandra is going to be acting as hype woman and just getting people to overindulge.
Which role do you think you're relying on there? Would you say more expression or more subterfuge?
Expression, definitely.
Roll me manipulation and expression.
I am, by the way, making a bit of a show of, I would say, looking. There will definitely be some drinking, but making a show of looking drunker than I am. I know how to be bait.
You get one back, Cassandra.
Yep.
Joe is just basically gonna follow Malena's lead and not drink a lot, but still act,
Since you're not actively harvesting glamour, you're just trying to sell the image. Go ahead and roll me manipulation and subterfuge.
Oh, well, this is gonna suck. Because we all know how Katie rolls. Manipulation, subterfuge. No, not weird. Oh, that's why it's not letting me do that.
There you go.
Did it do something?
No, you got it. Go ahead and just you got
Okay.
it. You have the skill
If
selected. Go ahead and roll.
subterfuge wasn't lighting up. Okay.
The skills don't light up, unfortunately.
Okay. I was like, I'm clicking on it. Oh,
Get 2 glamour, or sorry, you're not harvesting glamour. But no, you put the feel out that you are just partying and getting drunk. Frisian, what are you up to?
Berzian is not harvesting glamour because I'm already at 9 of 10.
Probably good.
Frisian gonna be dancing? Like, just kind of mingling with people and dancing?
All right.
Because he knows how to dance at least.
Go ahead and roll presence and either socialize or expression.
Presence, socialize. And I'll spend a willpower on it, why not?
All right. So the group of you make an impression. You hit the night scene. They had no idea what they were in for. But the group of you spend a good while partying, sort of just trying to not trying to look obviously enjoying yourselves, and there's plenty of reason to enjoy yourselves. The world's kind of shitty, and there's a lot of problems. So there is plenty of truth underneath your deception of I would really like to not be worrying about things right now. Now I would like whoever would like to roll me wits and composure.
Yarp.
I have 8 dice for that.
shh.
Unless
2.
Can I spend a willpower on this?
Can absolutely.
and composure.
It's something.
Composure.
4 successes.
All right. 3, 3, 1, 2, and 4. All right. So I have to make 2 rolls here. Okay. And okay, cool. And then a third one. Oh, good.
I don't like that.
Those are numbers.
They're just numbers.
Don't worry about it.
Since when have numbers hurt somebody?
Okay,
Often,
I have a giant,
regularly.
every time I look at my bank statement.
So, Frisian and Cassandra, as your bait crew is sort of making their way down the street between 2 of the venues that they've been wandering around. You realize as they take a turn that they're being watched.
Good.
Cassandra, you're not in the bait crew. I don't think Frisian is either. So the 2 of you who are watching the bait crew are aware of this. With 4 successes, from Lisa, you are aware that you're not just being watched by one individual. There are a number of sensations that you pick up on, that there are multiple perspectives viewing you. You're not sure how many, but you are aware that you are being observed by a group.
Would it be fair to say that since I'm wearing a fursuit head, it'd be really easy for me to have a headset and me to just have my cell phone linked and on and it directly going to somebody who is not in the bait group so I can communicate?
Probably.
Probably direct link to Cassandra for so because I can whisper pretty easily, and as hard as it is to hear when I talk at full volume, there's no way that anyone's hearing when I whisper.
Yeah.
All right. So definitely being followed. Do you see the group?
I see you lot have figured out that you are being tailed.
Yeah, it's hard to get a count on how many there are. Do I have a rough range, like 3 to 5, more than 2?
More than 2. It's definitely more than 2. You're not certain. It's probably more than 3.
There might be 3, but I think there's more.
Mm.
Can I pass along some information as to where I've seen some of this?
Yeah, a lot of the activity that you're seeing is on rooftops, like across streets, looking down. Some of it is from like dark alleys. You see just like a glint of an eye glow.
There's a couple dark alleys, mostly rooftops.
Stay the course for the moment. We'll see if they attempt to intercept.
Okay,
And we'll
let me know if we need to go down a dark alley.
That would probably up your chances.
I mean, it definitely would. Yeah. Yes.
All right. Is there any alley around here that I've A, seen glint from, and B, would have some reason to go down?
Yeah, there's an alley that's like relatively dark, but like a reasonable person getting lost could assume that it would cut around to where they wanted to go, but it doesn't, and you would be able to play dumb about that.
Okay. So, again, assuming James would have been my handler. So, because I'm definitely not giving, I'm not giving Jackson the end of the leash that's attached to me. And B, I don't think Jackson wants to take the end of the leash
Doesn't
that's
want
attached
it.
to me. So, we're in consensus on that one.
It is disturbing how much we have how much they have agreed this episode.
Ironically, Lisa agrees with Jackson a lot more than Frank does.
True.
And in the sky, pigs are flying.
They're getting along so well this episode. Next episode is when they kill each other, isn't it?
Lisa's trying.
This is the calm before the storm.
The next time we roll Frank for active. Anyway, so grab the leash, tug on it, do a little because everything is pantomime and first to indicate to James that there's a shortcut down this way, and I really have to go to the bathroom, and I think there's one down this way. Pull down and then try to wave Jackson, Marlena over.
Mm-hmm.
Three of them start making their way down this alley.
And I'm doing the I gotta poop real bad walk with purpose, don't pay attention to anything around me because I'm focused on one thing.
And you manage to walk your way into what is essentially like a square. The alleys that end in like a spot where it's basically the back doors of several businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just sort of like this big open square.
Yeah.
So you manage to walk your way into one of those. And as the three of you sort of pretend to be lost in the middle of this back alley, thump, 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 6 individuals drop around.
Whisper into the headset. Yep, got him. Sticks. Quick is good. 6.
As one of them, sort of dressed in this long black coat that is very clearly trying to look edgy, sort of stands up. You can see his hair is like gelled and spiked back. He's got these like bright glowing gold eyes and like a bunch of just like blasphemous iconography of every religion he could think of being worn on his outfit. Well, what a group of young, impressionable sparkle bloods like you doing wandering around at night.
Lisa's going to emphasize the I have to pee dance really badly and point towards one of the back doors of the building.
Oh, well, if it's the commode you're looking for, we can probably be of assistance. Frank, could you just go ahead and check that back door? As one of the other very obviously a vampire just sort of steps up to the door, knocks on it dramatically like he's trying to be helpful. Nope. I'm afraid nobody's home.
Lisa will be nodding like an idiot, so like Lisa.
I'm sorry, Frank's not here right now. This is Lisa.
I'm glad somebody else said it.
Unfortunately, Frank's a very common name.
Sounds like a problem for the vampire.
Lisa's gonna prance on over to the leader and just mime anywhere other doors, can you give me a hand, swirl around lost, point the direction. Uh-oh.
As you do this, they sort of the leader just seems to grin. I almost thought this was too easy, but you.
All right, fuck this. Click.
Yeah.
Activating. We can't fight each other.
Unfortunately, I think this would qualify as definitely violence that has already begun.
Physical violence has happened? Because I don't think it has. To be clear, the way that it reads is It will not stop violence if it's already started. Emotional violence doesn't count. Well, no, let me rephrase. It does count because I'm a Ferrist, and social interactions also apply. But still.
I would say emotional violence at least has already begun.
Yeah, oh no. They can keep talking shit. They just can't escalate.
It also only affects people who are in a meeting.
No.
If I'm reading that correctly, hang on.
Nope. I mean, yes, it says setting himself up as a leader in a meeting, but
yeah, because it's very much a don't let negotiations break into violence, which definitely applied in the last thing,
which has 100% been used oppressively by Ferrist in the past. I'm sure.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure, but
I could argue this is a meeting. I could make that argument.
And there's a gathering of people. It's a meeting.
There's a gathering of people here. We have goals. Each of us has goals. Those goals disagree. Is that a meeting of negotiation or is that not a meeting of negotiation?
I'm about to break out dictionary.com over here.
I don't think you quite set yourself up as a leader during this meeting. At the moment, it's been the fursuit that's been trying to communicate.
Well, if she's trying to establish herself as a leader, wouldn't that be saying, no, look at me, not them? I'm the one you want to talk to.
I would argue that. Obviously, if you don't want to, if you don't think this is a play, I'm obviously okay with that. But this is kind of the point of this.
I will say.
Thing I would say.
We will go ahead and trigger a clash of wills.
Okay.
In this particular instance, because this is not what would be traditionally.
Absolutely.
If you fail, I'm not going to make you spend the glamour and will.
Okay. So remind me how this works.
So clash of wills.
I'm pretty sure it's weird in something, but
let me just make sure. Each individual involves rolls weird plus an appropriate finesse attribute.
So wits, dexterity, or manipulation?
Yes, either wits, dexterity, or manipulation.
Okay. I mean, manipulation is going to be the only appropriate one here.
So weird.
Well, I could witticism my way into it, and that would give me an extra dice. But
I feel like they might.
To be fair, manipulation is going to be the thing.
So it'll be weird manipulation on your end, and because this isn't traditionally defined as being between changelings, this is going to be. It's going to be this vampire's manipulation and their supernatural stat.
Not just their willpower, given that they've got a willpower stat.
No. It makes sense. A lot of other supernatural creatures tend to have some kind of resistance.
Okay.
I get it. Now, am I correct in remembering that if something has a willpower activation, you cannot spend willpower on the roll?
I believe you are correct. However, because this is a clash of wills happening before the thing is enacted, I will say you can spend here.
Okay, I will be then.
Three? All right.
That is 3 successes.
And he's even using his own willpower on this. He's not getting a whole lot better than that, dice-wise.
Wait, his willpower?
No, he's not adding his willpower. He would be spending one for a bonus.
Okay, I thought you were meaning.
No, he's not adding his willpower stat. No.
Got it. I got what you mean.
It's a tie.
Ties are the fucking worst.
I know.
In this system. But in fairness, I feel like he would be the defender in this situation.
I will say I will feel like you're not going to be forced to spend the extra willpower and the glamour, but I will say that
Okay.
this is a situation where that will not take effect.
Okay.
I don't know that it matters too much though, because someone else had 6 successes on their stealth. And now I need to make a different roll.
The cavalry.
That's your melee dice, plus a specialization, plus your dexterity, plus a willpower, plus your ability. Hang on, I need to borrow my 9 against GM roll and make it not a GM roll macro. Yep. Public roll 9 against, 14 dice. Yeah, that tracks. So you sort of make this gesture and prepare to try and enact this contract, but it doesn't seem like the weird is on your side in this moment. And the leader sort of looks at you. Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about that. And then he sort of stops mid-sentence because he seems to spot something. And he looks over your shoulder. Oh, you've gotta be fucking... And then suddenly his words are cut off as there is suddenly a knife in his forehead. As he sort of collapses backwards with the knife jutting out of his face. The rest of the group sort of turn. Another one, a pair of knives, dig into its feet and sort of pin it to the ground. Then a massive fire, just like a ball of fire, just traverses across the dark alley and crashes into a third one. It begins to scream bloody murder. The remaining vampires break and run.
Just a question. Are any of them running out of the mouth of that alley?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool. Shotgun.
Go ahead and roll me a shot. They're currently in panic mode from Raw Shrek. They do not currently have defense.
I guess I don't. I'm sorry. I'll be using my my Colt single action.
Okay.
Attack roll. That so dexterity and firearms. May I sink a willpower into this?
Absolutely.
Okay. Six damage.
6 damage, nice. Now, the problem is, while the majority of them are fleeing, Jackson, immediately in front of the group of you, is still the flaming one, who is in a raw panic and is kind of lashing out at whatever is nearby.
I will make sure, because I know that Marlena is not a fighter. I will go at that one and try to shank it right in the face.
I'm going to pull, when I see that, I'm going to pull the person who is wearing fur away from the burning person.
Are you resisting that, or are you just letting Marlena try and pull you away from the person that's on fire?
I'm resisting.
All right, so this is going to be a roll.
Of course.
I mean, I get it, and I'm here for it, but Jax is like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you idiot?
Lots of things, and I'm trying to help.
Yes, for sure.
I'm trying
I
being the-
forget if athletics is a thing in this.
Yes,
Athletics is absolutely a thing.
Yeah, strength and athletics opposed by either strength and athletics or dex and athletics.
Same roll for me either way.
I tried.
I mean, you got 2 successes.
I mean, yes. Beats the
Potentially
one.
It beats the 1, yeah. So, Lisa, you like, all right, I'm gonna protect people who aren't fighters, and you step forward, and Marlena's like, don't catch fucking fire, and sort of grabs you.
That's synthetic.
I believe the exact phrasing would be, "You dumb, useless bitch, get back here."
It's just like grabbed by like hook arm under elbow and yanked back.
Full on grabbing like the seam between like the
I'm
headpiece
wearing
and
a leash and a collar. There's lots to grab.
yes, but if you do it that way, then there's a bit of like, if you just grab at like seam of the headpiece, like grab into the back and just grab and yank, that's generally going to be more effective, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of spots to grab hold
Yeah.
of, but you grab something specific and just yank back, and the charging forward Lisa is suddenly pulled not quite off of her feet, but definitely off of her balance as she's like pulled back away from the person.
And I am backing the fuck up as I pull away from Flamey McFlamerson.
So Cassandra, you just like unload your Colt Army single action, and just like fire a round into the fleeing vampire's chest. The impact of it, they weren't expecting it, knocks them off their feet as they sort of fall backwards. What's everyone else doing?
Pouncing on that vampire.
All right.
Yes.
Go for it.
Thank you for
Brazilian.
picking up the play I set up.
Let's see. Attack roll. Willpower will be spent on this. Notably, I will note, on the way over, I would have eaten a tuft of fur. So that 1 damage is lethal.
Yeah. You step forward and just pile onto this vampire and drive a claw into their torso. They were already pretty hurt by that shot, so you just continue to dig down. They're not looking great.
It's like, oh, you took a bullet to the chest? Have a fist behind it. I dig in his chest with a bullet.
Before I go to what James is doing, Joe,
Yes.
what are you up to?
So Joe did not follow back into the alley, but she's kind of where Cassandra has been, like at the mouth of it. And so I was saying, because there are 3 vampires that just turned and hightailed it out of the alley, or
3 just hightailed. 1 took a knife to the face. 1 is immolating. 1 has a pair of knives in their feet. So 3 of them are in the alley still, and the other 3 are hightailing it. 1 just took a shot to the chest and has Frisian on top of them.
You know, I'm thinking that the one with knives in its feet, which kind of stuck to where he is, or they are, I think they make a pretty good target.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go for.
They are fully immobilized. Their defense is currently 1 from how much they can try and wiggle, and that's actually no. Yeah, they don't even get that because you're shooting a gun at them.
I am taking out my revolver.
Yep. Yeah, they don't even get that defense because you're shooting a gun at them.
And gonna straight where it hurts.
Make me an attack.
I will try. Please work. This would be so cool. Dice, don't fail me now.
Thought just came to mind since I keep eating tufts of fur. Eventually, one of the taxidermy things at Jackson's is just going to start having a bald spot.
And you're going to start coughing up fur balls.
I'm
I
about
was
to
gonna
say
say-
that was what that's what came to my head.
I just figured Frisian would develop a Bezoar in his stomach.
Okay, I hope I'm doing this right. I have attack roll highlighted and revolver
Attack
highlighted.
roll. Make sure you go. Hang on, I get you there. Yep, you should be good.
Can I use a willpower?
Absolutely can.
That takes it
Up 3.
up 3. So no modifiers?
3 dice modifier.
3 dice modifier. Duh. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So you just sort of like level that revolver across your arm and focus on the guy who's like flailing with knives in his feet, and just pull the trigger and just a single, and it just crunches into his chest, and he sort of folds up like a lawn chair. You don't think he's dead, but he's not doing great.
Notably, he's probably the one intended to be captured.
The 2 that are still around to be fleeing begin to try and run. When the two that begin to try and flee barely make it 4 steps before both of them, a knife planted right between the forehead. They just collapse in mid-stride and fall face down, pushing the knives deeper into the skull.
Ooh, nice.
The one that's on fire, however, is flailing. What is... No, it's going after James. It's going to be James's defense that has to be.
The one on fire going after the dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to see this.
James is interposing himself. Minus James's defense only leaves this guy with 4 dice for his panic. 1 success. So this flaming, screaming monstrosity sort of like rushes forward, flailing its arms, and James just kind of steps into it. The flames don't seem to be bothering James whatsoever, but the claw just kind of scratches across his torso, and he just kind of pushes through it, puts a hand on this thing, and draws his sword and just drives it into its torso. As James now gets to make an attack of his own. Longsword. This guy is flailing, so he will apply defense, but he's only got 2 defense right now. But he's going to put willpower into it, so he'll put an extra 1 die. All right, well, with a person already on fire, James drives this sword into this flaming vampire's torso, and immediately the flames start to die down as the vampire's body begins to just dissipate into ash around the sword. There was a very frantic couple of seconds. There's still one on the ground that is still actively moving. The one that Frisian is on is trying to freak out and trying to escape. So Frisian, it's going to try and claw at you. What's your defense?
Notably, he needs to spend a willpower.
Oh, right, because you're frightening.
Yeah, he has to spend a willpower to try to initiate combat with me. He needs a willpower. My defense is 4.
You're going to spend that willpower, and he's going to lose most of his attack on trying to swing because he can't spend that willpower anywhere else.
Yeah,
He's down to 3 dice.
that was my hope.
No successes.
Yes.
This vampire is flailing in panic and is unable to make any purchase on you as you've got him pinned. The rest of you, what are you up to?
Mauling a vampire.
I'm trying to get Jackson off of me so I can go help finish vampires.
I'm holding on to you because we only have one vampire left, as far as I know, and we don't want to finish them off.
There's only one vampire left who's not currently on the ground. Yeah.
Yep.
Still trying to get Jackson off of me.
Yeah.
Wait, the knives and feet one or the other one?
I mean, Knives and Feet doesn't appear to be dead, but yeah. And there's also
There's 2 living vampires, one captured, one that can die.
I mean, we said we didn't want. We said we didn't need all of them, but what if one of these 2, whichever that we leave alive, is the one who is like brand new and knows nothing? Like, yeah, no, Jackson.
That's why we have a bat. That's why we have
only one of the vampires has started to ash. The other ones that have collapsed on the ground have not turned to ash yet.
I get that. Yeah.
Okay, so we turn in the one we rope up the ones that are not ash and tell the prince to take her pick.
But yeah, so for a moment, Lisa, go ahead and make that roll again.
Yep.
As I'm assuming Jackson tries to hold on.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll your end again, Jackson.
Can I get some words out? I was trying to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like in character.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, good at this point. We don't need the help.
Okay. I also don't need you holding me.
I will let go at that point.
All right, yeah. So,
All right. Lisa's going to immediately spin around and look at where the knives are coming from.
yeah. So
Because, hey, the vampires who were attacking us are immediate threat. There's still some very dangerous being throwing knives. And so she's going to interpose in that direction and not stand in anyone's way, but definitely be, present. She's also going to take the fursuit head off.
Yeah.
And just sort of toss it aside.
Cassandra and Frisian, with your one guy flailing on the ground.
More claws. I'll continue to spend the willpower. I want him dead.
You dig claws into his torso and he just stops moving. As you're pretty certain you punctured his heart somewhere in there.
Like, is he like not moving as in dead, or not moving as in like he's frozen in place?
No. You drive your claws into his heart. He stops moving, goes limp, and then you see his body start to like flake into pieces as he begins to rapidly, dramatically, quickly decompose. Because he took a lot of damage from the group of you.
Yeah, Cassandra is also going to be looking towards where our would-be savior was throwing these things from.
So, as the group of you sort of turn to look, you hear the sound of boots clicking on what is now a very quiet street. And an individual singing softly with a southern lilt.
Right.
All in crimson clad.
To leave. We need to leave now.
The devil's bad.
Notably, now that Frisian's done killing a vampire, he stands up, takes a deep breath, and very hastily and shakily leaves the alley.
Granny told me run and hide. Cause the devil walks outside. And stepping into view in the night and the dark lights is a tall, pale woman. Her hair is vibrant orange. Her eyes glow green in the dark. And she's dressed in a long, flowing crimson trench coat, just twirling another knife in her right hand as she steps out of the dark.
Sandra is going to step in front of the alley and raise her gun.
Easy now. I'm
Kill.
not here to kill any of y'all.
No shit.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Why Vincente? Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for your intervention.
Uh,
Do you have it from here? Do you need our hand help with anything? Do you need some help carrying bodies?
Lisa,
What?
some of
She's
us are trying to get a word. Some of us are trying to get a word in edgewise.
I just want to get these fuckers back to where they need to be. So, hi, nice to meet you. I'm gonna be carrying some people. Fuck off. And I start picking up vampires. Which I don't do very well because I have a strength of 1. But it's but it is the gist, it's the intention that matters. I pick up 1.
Yeah, you
Pardon
start
my
to drag.
friend. He's been in a bit of a sour mood.
Okay,
I'll say to Guire.
You tried to immolate yourself, you dumb bitch.
I tried to stop a flaming vampire from attacking people.
why? Thank you. Mercy just came back. I can do a southern accent. I've lived here my whole life. Why? Can I just say I'm glad you're on our side, so to speak?
Most people are. Now, let's get these folks all tied up that aren't already turning to ash and get them put somewhere safe.
You know
All
what?
That. Go on.
I say I go. Yes, ma'am.
And with that, that's where we're going to end for the week.
Yep.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.